Okay, I'm Larry Blum Sr., born in Pensacola. I'm on the board of directors. All my grandparents, great-grandparents from around here. So, well, my great-great ones from Germany, some of them are, so but most of them from around here lately.
And did you start off at Monsanto Chemistry?
Yes, I did, right out of high school.
And what year was that?
It was in 60, March of 60. It was Chemstrand back then. Well, I started off in production for about 5 years, then I went to intermediate, the chemical end of it, and as a maintenance. And that's where I stayed. I retired. I put in almost 37 years. I was a leader the last 12 years. I had a crew of people I worked, so also was a planner, scheduler, ordered parts, looked at jobs, you know. It's a good place to work, you know. Well, I guess, of course, I joined the credit union as soon as I went to work, and I've used it quite a bit and interested in it, and I got appointed to the education committee by the board for a year or two, and then I kind of enjoyed it, and so I run for this credit committee, supervisor committee, and I got elected, and I've been on it about 3 years, and then I got run for the board and got elected to the board. I've been on it for several years. I think I've got about 30 years service total. The board, most all of them, we work together. Just about every one of us, except a couple that came from another credit union. When we merged, we let a couple board members come, you know, with us. So, but everybody else, we worked together for years and years. We all knew everybody, you know. I think it makes it better. We know everybody, you know. We, like I say, we got together after work a lot of time, you know, and visit and partied and, you know, done a little bit of everything. So we kind of grew up together, really. I was 18 when I went to work out there, so you know, kind of grew up with most of them. There's two plants out there. There's a chemical and a yarn plant, textile, but we worked down in the intermediates most of the time. Of course, I hired in a yarn plant. We had different groups. We had a carpentry shop, a welder. Every crew had a welder and a pipe fitter, you know. And everybody had maintenance people, electrician, E&I, you know, electrical instrument. There's different crews down there. Every area had a crew of maintenance people, and electrician and instrument. And so it just, you know, it's all over the plant, really, like that. Well, you need to be honest always, for sure, and work hard, whatever you're going to do, you know, and just do your job, you know, get along with people. You got to do that, you know, to survive, really.
And what's kind of your vision? Where do you see the credit union heading?
Bigger, growing. We're growing all the time. It's going to be real big in a few years, looks like. There's nothing hardly when we started, and and it's over 400 million now, so we're doing pretty good. It's growing. That's what you got to grow to stay alive. You just die, you know. You got to keep improving, get more members, and just keep growing. Yeah, I mean, we don't agree on everything, but we all, you know, we've convinced somebody, you know, what we think's better, right? You know, so you got to work together. You know, you can't be just standing out there by yourself. You got to work together. One thing you got to have here, though, is a good bunch of employees, good CEO and all that. We got all that, thank goodness. There for a while we didn't have the best, but now we got the good one. Yeah, we've seen it come a long ways. I graduated from Scammia High. Okay, I was the first class to graduate from there, 59.
No way.
Yeah, we picked out the name, everything, the color, we done it all. And we was mad when he changed it. Some, I know some of them went like I did from high school. It was about 4 or 5 months really before I went to work at the plant after I graduated. I worked at a surf station. My uncle had a surf station. I worked with that till I got on out there. Of course, that was my intention because it was, you know, everybody I knew worked there, and it, you know, had good benefits, paid pretty good. And, you know, you didn't get laid off every once in a while. You know, it's just a pretty steady job. So I wanted something. I had a brother, 2 brothers, both of them in construction. One had drywall business, one of them had a carpentry. If build houses. Both of them want me to quit and go to business with them. I said, well, I'm going to give it 5 years out to the plant. At that time, I was working shift work. And I said, if I don't get me a day job, I'm going to quit and go with one of them, you know. But luckily, I got me a day job, so I stayed with it. Almost 37 years. It was a good place to work.
Yeah.
My son works out there now, and my son-in-law.
It's a little smaller now, a little bit different.
Oh yeah, I think we had about 7,000 to 8,000 employees at one time. Now it's 2,500 or less.
Wow.
Of course, automation
I know.
done away with. Of course, draw swift, that's where the women worked, and all that's gone now just about. So that's where most of the employees were at one time. Of course, you always had shift workers, still got them, and I also had day crew work, you know, straight days, office people and all that, you know. But still going on.